tardes, and welcome to the 2022 Hoffman State's Hispanic Heritage Fiesta. Celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month, which begins on September 15 to October 15. My name is Minerva Milford, and I am a Spanish teacher and a member of the Cultural Awareness Commission. On behalf of the Cultural Awareness Commission and the City of Hoffman Estates, Mayor William McLeod, we'd like to thank you for being here today to celebrate people, diversity, culture, traditions, and languages in this community. I would like to extend a special thanks to my students for the work they did for the event, and the parents, of course, who are here with them today. Lastly, I would like to thank the teachers and students in the schools in our area for their participation on this event. What we have for you today is music, dances, food that we'll be serving in a minute, and a speaker. And lastly, the piñata for the children.
Las estrellas y la luna, ellas me dicen dónde voy. Ay, 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 amor. Ay, mi morena de mi corazón. Ay, 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 amor. Ay, mi morena de mi corazón. Tocar guitarra, me gusta cantar el son. El mariachi me acompaña cuando canto mi canción. Me gusta tomar mis copas aguardientes y licor. También el tequila blanco con su sal le da sabor. Ay, 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 amor. Ay, mi morena de mi corazón. Ay, 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 amor. Ay, mi morena de mi corazón. Guitarra, me gusta cantar el son. El mariachi me acompaña cuando canto mi canción. Me gusta tomar mis copas, aguardiente es lo mejor. También el tequila blanco con su sal le da sabor. Ay, 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 amor. Ay, mi morena de mi corazón. Ay, 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 amor. Ay, mi morena de mi corazón. Gracias. Soy la gente de México. From Mexico. From Ecuador. The people from Puerto Rico in Ecuador. All right. Listen.
Porque me mata
Gracias.
Well, it is with great pleasure that, but before I introduce, I just wanted to thank him for making this event possible, for the support that he brings to the community. Advocate of diversity, welcoming, acknowledging our people in the community, and this event would not be possible. It is with great honor and pleasure to introduce to you William McLeod, our mayor.
Thank you very much. It's a sellout. What a crowd. This is fantastic to see. And yes, I think everybody's enjoying the food. This has always been a great event where we get together and celebrate Hispanic heritage. We do this throughout the year. And you get to enjoy here the language, the culture, the religion, the food. The food. We got great activities for kids, and you gonna have a speaker again this year?
Yes, we are.
Excellent, excellent. You usually get a very good speaker to come in and tell you their story or some story that they believe is very significant. I do have with me today several of the trustees. The longest-serving village trustee in the history of Hoffman Estates, Karen Mills. We have Trustee Anna Newell. And Trustee Michael Gaeta. I know you're all going to have a really good time, and I want to thank the Cultural Awareness Commission for putting this event together. They always do an outstanding job. So enjoy, and I learned many years ago to get out of the way of people eating their food, so have a great afternoon.
Thank you, Mayor McLeod. Well, our theme today, we do have a speaker. Yes, we do. And the theme that we chose this year is the dynamics of biculturalism, the benefits of being bilingual, and how we can encourage this in the home para nosotros los Latinos. Our speaker today is Erica Jimenez, who studied Spanish at the University of Illinois and then earned her master's degree in education from DePaul. She teaches, she's a dual language teacher at Elder Salk Elementary School. Spanish is Erica's second language. She's passionate about helping students feel confident and excited about the wonders of becoming bilingual. It's a great pleasure to introduce you to Erica Jimenez.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Hispanic Heritage Day Fiesta. I am so happy to be here to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month with all of you. Thank you for taking the time to come and bring your families. You are sending your children the crucial message that multiculturalism is to be celebrated. Muy buenas tardes a todos y muchas gracias por estar aquí para celebrar la herencia hispana con nosotros. Estoy muy contenta de estar aquí y voy a hablarles un poco sobre el bilingüismo y el multiculturalismo. My name is Erica Jimenez, and I am a dual language teacher at Elder Salk Elementary School. Prior to teaching dual language, I worked as a bilingual and EL teacher for many years at John Muir Literacy Academy. And all of these roles have allowed me to enjoy interacting with students from diverse backgrounds, languages, and cultures. I am not of Hispanic heritage by birth. If you couldn't tell that by my appearance, then just watch me try to dance. I simply don't have that rhythm in my blood. I am the granddaughter of immigrants from Europe, mainly Italy and England. But unfortunately, my connection to those places is very distant, evidence of how difficult maintaining a language and culture can be across generations. My inherent cultural diversity from my family does not go much deeper than eating masticholi at family gatherings. In fact, when I asked my grandmother about our heritage, she told me that in the early part of the 20th century, immigrants wanted to assimilate to their new culture rather than preserve their original culture. I can understand why people in the past may have had that point of view, but I regret not having a closer connection to my origins. I started learning Spanish in 8th grade when it was offered at school as an elective. I didn't have a strong personal reason to study Spanish. It just seemed to me to be a cool thing to do at the time. Thankfully, I had inspiring teachers, and I really loved it. One teacher told me I could become fluent, and her belief in me led to a long-term study and fulfillment of that goal. I do consider myself fluent, but I am still a Spanish student all these years later. I will never consider my language learning finished, and that's what makes it fun and exciting. Despite all of my years of study from 8th grade and into college, I think that looking back, my real learning started when I studied abroad in my junior year. I arrived in Quito, Ecuador, feeling pretty confident in my abilities. And I did seem to know more Spanish than my classmates that traveled with me. But studying words in a classroom and functioning in another country are two very different things. I was humbled pretty early on by mistakes and miscommunications. One awkward moment that sticks out in my memory is when I made a phone call to let my host family know that I would be arriving late from school. I called and identified myself in the way that you would in English, like, "Hi, it's Erica." I said, "Hola, es Erika," which I quickly realized does not at all work in Spanish. My host sister was confused and thought that I was asking to speak to Erica, so she told me that Erica wasn't home, at which point I had to explain that I was Erica, and it was really awkward. That phone call really put me in my place. I thought I knew so much Spanish, but I couldn't even place a basic phone call. The truth is that the importance of a language cannot be fully realized until you have a real reason to use it. Spending time in another culture opened up a whole new world for me. I'm embarrassed to admit that I was completely unaware of the wealth of Spanish language music, books, and movies before that experience. And I had a lot of fun learning about them and, way back then, making mixtapes of our favorite new Spanish songs. My perspective also broadened about deeper things. Some things were difficult. Every day on my bus to school, I observed small children selling candy on buses, or when they didn't have candy to sell, they would recite a poem or sing a song and then ask for money. I had never seen anything like that before, and I remember that when I got home, I asked my family not to give me Christmas presents. But I also experienced many beautiful things. I learned the importance of personally greeting and saying goodbye to every person in a room. I learned to walk slowly and let go of my need for immediacy. I felt the meaning of gracious hospitality. Because of learning about another culture, my whole worldview was altered. The best thing that happened to me during that time was that I gained true motivation in the form of personal connections that made me want to learn more. When I returned to the US, I was hungry for as many connections to Latin America as I could find. I graduated and began working as a bilingual teacher, and several years later, I married my husband, who is an immigrant from Colombia. I like to say that learning Spanish provided me with a career and my family. It has been a driving force in much of my life. So you might say that I have opted in to sharing in Latin American language and culture. I feel that it's really important to give our children the gift of my husband's language and culture. That's how I view it, as a gift. Some people like me can study a language and learn a lot about a particular culture. But actually being part of a culture is a gift that can only be given by one's ancestors. I am proud and grateful that we are providing a foundation for our children that celebrates the Latin American heritage of my husband. I was culturally limited growing up. I had a narrow understanding of the world, and I feel that I was missing out. Now I can't imagine my children growing up with such a limited view of who and what make up the human experience. In the publication Psychology Today, Frances Grosjean wrote, "It has long been known that there are many advantages to being bicultural, such as having a greater social network, being aware of cultural differences, taking part in the life of two or more cultures, being an intermediary between cultures, and so on." Recent research shows that biculturals are also characterized by greater creativity and professional success. Additionally, the list of benefits of bilingualism is a long one, including benefits to cognitive, social, academic, economic, and health benefits. Tying these two ideas together, in the magazine Language Today, Fatia Gassabi explains the profound connection between language and culture, and points out that we could not understand a culture without having direct access to its language because of their intimate connection. So, how can all of us here today encourage multiculturalism and bilingualism at home? The fact is that we are here and not there. We cannot truly duplicate the experience of existing in another culture, and achieving proficiency in a non-dominant home language can be a challenge. But we can foster appreciation for it, and we can plant the seeds. Some people compare culture to an iceberg, with a small part visible above the surface of the water and a much larger part hidden underneath. It is easiest to access the parts above the surface, such as food, music, holidays, and festivals. One of the easiest and most enjoyable cultural elements we can access is food. You're enjoying it right now, I hope. It is a wonderful way to feel connected to another culture. Food gives us strong, positive memories, associations, and opportunities to share in a cultural experience with friends and family. We are fortunate in the Schaumburg area that there are so many restaurants from different cultures. And through the miracle of Google, you can find recipes and try cooking them with your family. There are also many options for cultural events like this one. And we are lucky to have many language resources in the area, such as a wide variety of programs and materials at the library. All of these components are a great start to building cultural appreciation and understanding. But we know that culture goes far deeper than food, music, and holidays. It influences the core of our beliefs about the world. How can we develop a deeper understanding? In my opinion, there is one way to achieve this goal, and that is to develop relationships with people from other cultures. Pursue meaningful relationships that allow you to get to know the values of people from other cultures. This is going to require quality time spent together, a curious and inquisitive mindset, and a desire to listen. Despite what many people think, preserving a non-dominant language and culture is not easy. Many children start to lose their home language once they start school in English, especially the younger siblings. Their desire to belong in the dominant culture is really strong. And if we want them to maintain a connection to an additional culture, we are going to have to work for it. We have to accept that our journey will be an uphill climb, but it is a worthwhile one. The key is to find ways to connect with people that will motivate them to keep learning, or in other words, to make the language relevant in their lives. Here are some ideas that I hope will help. If you are a family of Hispanic heritage, please use your native language at home, including as your kids grow older and even if they respond in English. Maintain frequent contact with your family members, both here and in your home country. If it's possible, visit your home country. Use the miracle of technology to make video calls. Make friends here that keep them connected to the culture and language as well. Read with your children in your home language. Seek out events like this one that celebrate your culture. Teach your kids to eat and cook the food of your culture. And remember, you are the key to maintaining your home language and culture. If you are a family that is not of Hispanic heritage, but you're interested in learning about other cultures, the best thing you can do is to make friends and show interest in their culture. Whenever possible, travel. Seek out events like this great event from different cultures. Check into the educational opportunities in your area for language learning, and always model an open and inquisitive mind. Above all, show an abundance of interest and excitement. Your excitement will be contagious, and your willingness to learn and open approach to understanding others will be absorbed by your children as well. I said it earlier, and I will say it again. Bilingualism and biculturalism is a gift. It provides personal fulfillment, crucial life skills, enhanced empathy and compassion for others, versatility for the workforce, travel opportunities, and wonderful personal relationships. For many people, becoming bilingual and bicultural is not necessarily a choice, but rather a life circumstance. They may choose to embrace it or reject it. For me, it's a choice. It was not given to me, but I sought it out, and maybe that's why I value it so much. I am excited and energized by the bilingual and bicultural nature of our family. I hope that my children and also my students understand the joy that it brings me, and that I may somehow inspire them to embrace multicultural understanding as well. And I hope that this will lead to young people blooming into adults with open minds, great compassion, and the skills needed to do good in the world. Thank you so much for being here to celebrate today, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of the event. Thank you.
Muy bien, sí. Muchísimas gracias, Erica. Wow, what a great message, encouraging bilingualism in your home. Back in the day, in the early 70s, early 80s, still in the early ages, the parents were told don't try not to speak language in the home, and English was the language. And now we come to realize that it is a blessing, and there are pluses of being bilingual. So thank you, Erica, for that message. Jose is going to sing a song or cantar o hacer una canción, and anybody who is willing to dance, take the dance floor, is all yours. We're not stopping anybody, but yeah. But we in the program, we have our dancers coming up, and then after the dancers, we will have the break of the piñata. And again, give a round of applause to Erica. Thank you, Erica.
Give it up for our dancer. Mexican song. que son como talismanes, el amor de mis amores, México lindo y querido, si muero lejos de ti, que digan que estoy dormido y que me traigan aquí, que digan que estoy dormido y que me traigan aquí, México lindo y querido, si muero lejos de ti. Cortar la bocina, please. Amigo, cortar la bocina, please. Que me entierren en la sierra, al pie de los manglares, y que me cubra esta tierra, que es cuna de hombres cabales, voz de la guitarra mía, que al despertar la mañana y el cantar su alegría a mi tierra mexicana. México lindo y querido, si muero lejos de ti, que digan que estoy dormido y que me traigan aquí, que digan que estoy dormido y que me traigan aquí, México lindo y querido, si muero lejos de ti. Gracias, Dios México.
I am Jimena Atristain. I am from Bolivia, South America, and married to Achilles, who is from Mexico, from Veracruz, Mexico. I'm part of the cultural awareness group, and I've been here for, I don't remember the years, but it's been quite a few years. I do this part, the dancing part, because I myself am a dance teacher for Bolivian folklore group. I really enjoyed, before we present everybody, I really enjoyed the speaker. I think she's eating right now, she's getting some food, but she made a couple things she said are so true. The more you learn about other cultures, the more you open yourself to learn, to try different things, the richer you get, because you widen your surroundings, you widen your world. Great thing that she said, that we have to try to show our culture to our kids. And one example, we have two girls born in United States. Because I love dancing, I love my culture, I always showed traditions. Traditions were very important for me. I was raised by my grandma, which, I think she really put a lot of traditions. I mean, they stayed on me. So I brought them here, plus my husband's traditions. And what I am very proud to say is I taught the Bolivian dance troupe for a few years. I danced myself in Bolivian in a dance troupe. And now my daughter has a passion for the dance, and she directs the dance troupe this past year. So I'm very proud of that, that she really has that in her heart. She's a proud American, a proud Mexican, especially in food. She loves Mexican food, and a proud Bolivian. Plus, she's a proud world person, because my two girls eat any kind of food, try any kind of food. They love Vietnamese, Indian food, Pakistani, any kind of food. So I'm very proud that I was able to give that to them, pass it to them. So thank you for being here. We are here for the dance parts, and we have 3 groups helping here. We have a Mexican group, which Adelita is here. I hope they're ready. I told soon they should be coming. We have the Ecuadorian group, and we have the Bolivian dance troupe. We're going to be showing you some dances, and also with this beautiful video you could watch some beautiful places in Latin America. So let me just make sure they're all ready, and we're going to start the program. Thank you for being here. What today you tried Cuban empanadas, you tried Colombian empanadas. I hope they were Bolivian empanadas. You tried Colombian empanadas, and then we had Mexican food that is very popular, and most of everybody knows them. So I hope you enjoyed the empanadas and quesadillas and flautas. So give me a minute and we'll start I think they're here. So let me tell you where Grupo Folclórico Quetzal is who's going to be performing first. And it's a performing dance troupe dedicated to celebrating and keeping alive the Latin American culture through its folklore, regional dances from Mexico. It is a group that promotes respect, acceptance, and the appreciation of our cultural diversity and dignity encountered in our communities. Grupo Folclórico Quetzal is under the direction of Ms. Adelita Molina Zaire and dance teachers, Ms. Daisy and Ms. Adriana. Membership is comprised of young people ages 4 years old to high school and beyond. Grupo Quetzal has been honored to be recipients of several dance specialty and parade theme awards from past community events. So, Grupo Folclórico Quetzal from Hanover Park will be presenting Mexico with 2 dances. From the state of Sinaloa is the first one, and the second one is from Yucatan. So the teen group will be dancing a mixed set from the state of Sinaloa, a Pacific Coast state in Mexico. And these dances are El Niño Perdido, El Pato Asado. The dances are quite popular at street festivals, especially the dance El Niño Perdido, which is about a lost child looking for his mother. So our little girls will be dancing a mixed set from the state of Yucatan, located on the northern part of the Yucatan Peninsula. And the dance, the dance will be Chinita Coy Coy, Las Mujeres que se Pintan. These dances are also quite popular at street festivals in the Yucatan. One of the beauties of Yucatan folkloric dances is that it combines the traditions of the Mayan and Afro-Caribbean cultural rhythms. So enjoy this.
Thank you for the invitation. Speaking for myself, our group is 25 years old, and this is my 20th year being with all of you. So thank you.
Thank you, Adelita. I know they have another commitment. We all get very busy at this time. Now we're going to present, we have two dances from Bolivia. We're going to do the first one, and then we're going to have Ecuador. We have a dance called Tinku. I think last year we performed this in a little different way. We did this dance last year on Thanksgiving Parade in Chicago, and we really, people wait for our performance over there. This dance, there was a movie, one Hallmark movie, a Christmas movie, I forgot the name, but one year they showed us, and it was just a random coincidence, but they were filming the movie, and I guess they liked this dance, so we were at the parade, and they showed this, I think it's Love and Thanksgiving Day or something like that. But let's do our Tinku, and we also are featuring our young group along with the adult group. Enjoy this dance.
Somos un mismo destino. Ay, palomita, si tú no me amarías, mi vida se acabaría.
Okay, as you see, that is the chinco. It comes from the highlands of Bolivia. This from Potosí. And Potosí, even they say La Paz, which is one of the capital city, is 12,000 feet high. Potosí is higher. It's about 14,000 feet high. And you see their beautiful costumes. They're made of, lamb wool, and they color it with natural colors, and they're very, very colorful. We're going to go back now to Ecuador. Takisumac is a group that has been helping us for many years. Very happy, they always help us and perform with us. So they're doing two dances together, and let's welcome them from the center of the world, which is Ecuador. Thank you. their shoes. That's what I want these days. I need one pair. Every year they come. I just love those. They're called alpargatas. Are you enjoying this program? Yeah, great. Knowing a little bit about Latin America. You know, when I came here, nothing wrong with Mexico. I am married to somebody from Mexico, but I told them Mexico Latin America goes beyond. And I was able to start bringing some South American food. Unfortunately, there's not as many restaurants yet. We have, but there is a new Colombian restaurant that just opened called Leños around here. So if anybody wants to try it. And then we have La Única, where you enjoy the empanadas today from La Única. And La Única is a place that has 4 kinds of foods. They have Mexican, Colombian, they have Peruvian, and then they have Cuban. So at least you have a little bit to try other things. Now we're going to go back and we're going to wrap it up after this and have a piñata. We are going to the tropical zones of Bolivia, which is Santa Cruz. And you'll have a dance that it's a little more, even in the dresses you could tell it's hot. One thing before they finish, I wanted to say about the girls that did the Yucatan dance, the last Mexican dance. You know, even you could see them, they were just doing very little movement. It's because I'm sure I was imagining myself trying to hold that tray on my head. I'm sure it's very hard. I couldn't do it, so very proud of them. I was in Yucatan a week ago in Mérida. That's their capital city. It's beautiful, beautiful colonial city. The Mayan culture is there, very relaxed, very calm people. Very, very nice, very happy to be there. So we're going to go back to Bolivia, and the last dance is a dance from the Camba region, which is 3 cities, which is Santa Cruz, Beni, and Pando, the tropical zones of Bolivia close to the Amazons. And then we're going to have our piñata. Thank you. too. Thank you. Thanks everyone for being here. Now, the best part of for the little kids, the piñata. We have Minerva, and maybe thank you. Also, thanks everyone that helped back in the kitchen. You know, there is a lot of members of the Cultural Awareness Commission that we don't see. But if everybody stands and maybe we come together here.
Déjame anuncio. A ver. If our commissioners, can you please stand, wait, come up here, wherever you are, our commissioners. La comisión está compuesta de 12 personas. Or wave, please. Thank you to Catherine McCord, Bonnie Worcester, Sandra Lao, Susan Cooper. Where's Susan? Arlene Montañez. ¿Dónde está? Arlene. Alisa Kupusinski. Jimena Tristan Bigura. Demetrius Gibson, Jean Stone, Eric Fox, Kevin is busy with the piñata, Kevin Wendorf. Gracias a todos, esta es la comisión. Gracias a todos.
And Minerva.
Oh.
Minerva Milford.
Nice try, okay. I tried to this. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Here, stronger push. Try
Next frame, firefighter, dale.